Hello, YouTuberverse. It is Tanya from Keto Like a Lady, and I was tagged in 15 questions from Life Adventures and Keto. So I'm going to do this tag because it's the first time I ever got tagged, and I'm pretty excited. My state has just now opened up the parks, and I was going to do this outside in one of the parks. And unfortunately, it is so stinking windy out. So I decided I'm sort of kind of outside. So when it gets warmer and gets nicer and not so windy, maybe I can do videos outside. But so 15 questions, and question number 1: what matters to you the most? And I would say what matters to me the most is the truth and people being truthful and telling me the truth. Like when they say, Tanya, get your hand out of the front of the camera. So yeah, what matters to me the most is the truth. People telling me the truth, me telling the truth to people. Truthfulness and honesty, I guess you would have to say. What is your happiest memory? I would say the happiest memory would be when I was younger and my parents used to decorate for the holidays. Particularly my father would put out Christmas lights outside. And that's one thing that I always think about when the holidays come around is my father putting Christmas lights out, hanging them outside of the house. Number 3, what are 3 things that put a smile on your face? I would say one would have to be music, my children, and you know what? Right now, it would be flowers, because I've been buying myself a lot of flowers to give myself a smile. Okay, number 4. Who is or are the most important people in your life? Of course, my husband and my sons are the most important people in my life, and also my sister is the most important person in my life, because unfortunately my sister is pretty much, besides outside of my husband and my children, is the only other person that I have in my life, because our parents have passed away several years ago. So she is very important in my life. What do you like most about yourself? I think that I'm friendly and I try to be cheerful 99% of the time. And the 1% of the time that I'm not cheerful and I'm kind of grumpy and sad, I pretty much get over very quickly, I think. What are your deepest fears? Number 6. What are your deepest fears? My deepest fear is my loved ones disappearing and me never seeing them again and not knowing what happened to them. Not so much to them dying, but they just, something happens, they disappear and I never see them again, is one of my greatest fears. What are you grateful for? Several things. Grateful for my family, my husband, my children. I'm grateful to have a job. I am grateful for my health, because I am nearing 52 and I have many friends who have not the greatest health or they're on medications. And so far, I am not on any medications. So number 8, who or what is the most important thing in your life now? I would still have to say my husband, my children, and my sister. are the most important in my life, and my nephews. They're very important. We're very close in age. Me and my nephews, so they're more like my little brothers. 9. Who or what inspires you not to give up? Wow. Who or what inspires me not to give up? That's a tough one. Actually, what inspires me not to give up is the fact that I have overcome some obstacles in the past. When I was pregnant with my third son, I was going to school to become a medical assistant, and in the middle of my last semester of becoming a medical assistant, I gave birth to him. I had to be out of school for about a week or two, and I really hustled and worked hard to make sure that I graduated on time. So things like that inspires me to work hard. What do you believe in? I do believe that there's a higher power, and that higher power is a kind power, a gentle power. A lot of people call it God, but I like to call it a higher power because I believe the different names for God is we're talking about the same God. Not to get all kind of religious and everything, but if you were to die tomorrow, what would be your biggest regret? One of my biggest regrets would be that I didn't travel. I really would like to travel. One of the places I would like to go to is France, Spain, England. So I would like to travel. What will you do to make sure that that doesn't happen? Well, during this whole, craziness where you can't go anywhere, I figure I will create a travel fund, and shovel away some cash, and hopefully when I come out of this, I will be able to travel. All right, 13. How can you make your life more meaningful starting today? And I've been thinking about that with everything that's going on. I was actually considering doing some volunteering work after this is over, and looking into different types of maybe charities and things to volunteer for after this is over, and possibly maybe start getting involved in them today if it's possible. How can you change someone's life for the better? I would have to say with kindness and honesty, and kindness, it can also be in a form of listening, because sometimes we don't listen to each other. We want to talk, but we don't want to listen and hear what other people have to say. And sometimes you can learn by what other people have to say when you listen. All right, and number 15, what is the one thing you are going to do differently after doing this tag? I think that I would probably want to maybe collab more, and do my videos in more timely fashion. Maybe do more cooking videos. Oh, there's a lot of things I want to do differently. But I think doing my videos more in a timely fashion is the big thing, is doing doing them maybe on a schedule, and different things. And I would also like to do a shopping video. And for some reason, I'm a chicken to take my phone into the grocery store and film me shopping for keto things. But a lot of other people do it, so I'm just gonna have to get over it. Maybe do little tiny shopping trips, and then expand into a bigger shopping trip. So that was my 15 questions from Life Adventures in Keto. I will link her video down below, and I hope everybody has a great day and a great rest of the week.